Mike Niehuser with Beacon Rock Research, and with me is Ian Foreman, President and CEO of Yale Resources. That's YLL ticker symbol on the Toronto Venture Exchange. And Ian, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Good, good. It's got to have been a challenging year in the last year. Why don't you tell me about what you guys have been up to?
Well, it's one of the great aspects of being in the project generator business model is although it was a tough year for the industry as a general, we had our best year. And we had our best year because we were able to bring in some much needed capital into the company by doing sort of non-dilutive financings, and that's by getting our partners to fund work on our projects. And in the spin-off of that, their success breeds our success, and we were then able to capitalize on some of their success by trading some shares that we had in our partners, and by maximizing the fact that we're the operator on our projects. So we were also able to generate some much needed income by being the manager of the projects as we run them.
So as a project generator, you're basically finding projects, vending them out to people that are going to be taking them to the next step and using their money to spend on those projects to advance them. So not only you have cash or share that come in that'll help your treasury, but also they're spending money and taking all the risk. Is that right?
You're absolutely correct, and we earn and we gain all the benefits from that by having a mutually beneficial relationship. We want our partners, our optionees, to be successful, and that breeds success on our side. And so the more success that they have, the better it is for Yale. And at this point in time, we have 5 projects optioned out, and we're going to have work programs on 4 projects in the next 6 months. And I would like to think we're going to have a multiple of those projects, at least 2, drilled in the next calendar year.
In general, what kind of environment was it last year for being able to find people to take projects on?
Last year was a really tough year, and I think that the general market sense was that they wanted to wait for maybe all of these European situations and unknown situations in the States to settle themselves out. And I think we're really setting ourselves up for a pretty impressive 2012. I think just talking to our optionees, there's a real enthusiasm about what they want to be doing on our projects, and we're going to have more money spent by our optionees on our projects this year than probably in the last 2 years combined.
Well, it's interesting for what could have been a tough year for them to be able to take that step in that kind of environment. Must display a lot of confidence in the work that you've done and their real belief in the projects that there might be something that can move toward a mine someday.
Well, and thank you for pointing that out. I think we do an enviable job operating, and we have our fully Mexican staff, and we're able to really maximize the dollar spent by our optionees. So I think they get a much more of a bang for their buck by partnering with Yale Resources.
So what do you see happening in 2012 for Yale?
Well, it's just going to be continued growth. We were able to grow last year twofold by surviving through what a lot of people and what we witnessed ourselves was a really tough year. And with a number of projects that we've got 4 that are going to be seeing work in the next 6 months. That's already, I can foresee expenditures in the next 6 months double to what we had in all of last year. So I think that just speaks volumes as to the general sense and the enthusiasm that there is in the marketplace right now.
So really these 4 or 5 projects are going to march on through 2012. So to follow Yale and to follow those, reporting on those companies, you'll be seeing news flow out of all those different companies, those programs.
Well, absolutely, and you look at where we are in the market and what we've been able to do, but not only that, how many companies with our share structure, our market capitalization, are going to be able to work on multiple projects at the same time for continued long programs and not have to finance. I mean, it's a real feather in our cap that we've been able to not only survive, but now we're set up to expand and to really take this company to the next level.
So these projects are going to be moving forward. Do you have other projects to vend, or are you out looking for new projects?
We have a number of projects in which we're still looking for optionees, and then along that line we're always looking at new projects. And when we bring in a project, we'll then be taking it along through the steps, advancing it, making it marketable, and then finding additional partners. I would like to think that by the end of calendar year 2012, we could have 7 or 8 projects optioned out to various partners.
So that would be a total of 7 or 8.
That would be a combined total of 7 or 8, and we may even have 9 or 10 in our portfolio at that time.
And you're located where?
We concentrate solely in Mexico, primarily in Sonora, but we have projects in Chihuahua and 1 project in Zacatecas. But we are concentrating solely in Mexico.
Do you think 2012 is going to be a repeat of 2011 from a market perspective?
I don't have my crystal ball. I know that last year started off with a bang and it really sort of fizzled. And I would like to think that this year there's going to be a bit more of a continued growth and enthusiasm through the year.
Well, I think it's interesting in not in Sonora, but in Chihuahua, you got mine finders being taken over by Pan American. It seems like there could be some excitement in the market here this year, some real horse trading.
Well, and that's it's a deal that really speaks true to our hearts, because Minefinder's main asset in Dolores is just up the street geologically from our Eureka project, and our Eureka project's going to see some significant advancement this year, and I think there's going to be a lot of news just on that one project.
Well, great. Thank you for taking the time with me again. I'm Mike Niehuser. I'm with Ian Foreman, who's President and CEO of Yale Resources. That's YLL ticker symbol on the Toronto Venture Exchange. Yeah. Ian, thanks for taking time with me.
Mike, it's always a pleasure. Thank you.